Hi, I'm Drawbar Dan Topinski,
Highball Harold Harilko.
and welcome to Shop Track. And this is Teddy.
Hey,
You
Teddy.
you remember Teddy? Teddy and I used to go fishing all the time.
He touched my bum.
Oh, Teddy, don't. Bears lie.
Ow!
There we go. Night, Teddy. I had to employ the carotid control technique on Teddy. He'll be okay. He'll come to in a little bit.
Okay.
Anyways, hey, Daddy, bears lie. Anyways, I thought today we talk. Okay, guys, here's the one thing for you young locomotive engineers. Okay, in the old days, they were firemen, and they rode up as engineers and whatnot. And there was always a separation of train service and engine service. Three guys. Hey, thank a hoghead for the bunkhouse, right? Because you'd be sleeping in a caboose, right? Okay.
Which
Hey.
I must
I'm
add.
just saying,
Yeah, I must
right?
add, there are some nice cabooses.
But there was a difference. It was okay, and here's the one thing, and I'm not. I mean, some guys were like, whatever, we're a team, we're different. But Hoghead would sit at a different table, stuff. It was just and here's the thing too. But as an engineer, always give a guy a good ride, and no matter who is with your crew, as a good hoghead, people feel safe when they're with you, right? You don't want people, feeling uncomfortable, or you know what I mean. You want to feel confident. That's what I mean. So that's the thing. Now, I used to hate as a conductor. When I had a caboose, it's the only time. But I'll tell you this right now: never, ever show a hoghead a switch list. Ever. Okay? That's the way it goes. Because I'll tell you, it was, I'd have moves worked out with my crew. And here's the thing. You got your hoghead. Now, he's a locomotive engineer. He's working under the 1.2 agreement at the time. So he's a hoghead. But if he was working under the 4.3, the trainman, if he knows he couldn't hold, he's cut back, right, to train service. He was an ESB, engine service brakeman, right? So he worked the head end. He could be 4 or 5 years older than you in seniority, but he rides because, and I like that, because you want to be a hoghead, you'll do whatever it takes. I'll blow dead goats if that's what it takes. Okay? Gonna be a hoghead. But the bottom line is, he'd second guess you. Well, what are we doing that for? Why are you hanging on to, Never show him, but just, you know what? Go ahead, back up, stop. Okay? That's it. I love that. Now you don't have to worry, right? Everything's fine till something happens, What do you want? What? Just follow the Mitt. Do as you're told. And then when you're on the ground, hey, well, he told me to go ahead, right? And again, that's why that black box, never think of the event recorder as it's your best friend, right? Pull the tape, fuck, right? The thing is, don't show a hoghead a switch list, because they'll start switching. So I'm just going to say, you guys, and Harold, I'm sorry, this is great. Okay, you're a hoghead. You're out there. Car lengths. It's always been a standard car length, right? It was like 65 feet.
Yeah.
A hopper length
hopper.
was a hopper car was a standard car length, right? Well, car lengths are very important. It's better to be too long than too short. In the old days, 40-foot boxcars from the 40s and 50s, grain boxes, right? And grain terminals around. And so we used to say, hey, what are you using? Thunder Bay car lengths?
Exactly, yeah.
Right? Because the terminal, on grain terminal in Thunder Bay, sell a 40-foot box. Hey, Thunder Bay car lengths. So use a standard car length, eh? Hey, and if you're ever using passenger equipment or anything, they're coaches. A coach. Give me a coach. You see, a hoghead, you communicate. Now I know, and that's what I mean. People feel confident. When you're riding the point, and you tell me 20 cars, now like they say, half the distance last specified. And I don't hear you by 10, I'll be choking them up, right? I got to be stopped by 10. If I don't hear anything, I got to come to a stop, right? You see? So the thing is communicate. So, but when you got to communicate. I got you. Little signals. He knows you're on it. You can feel it. So the thing is the communicate. And here's the thing too. There's a thing the guy goes, like 5 car. When the guy goes like 5, 3, that'll, you know what? There's a difference between, hey, that'll do. You can sense the anxiousness in the voice when a guy goes, that, right? That's when I got the feet up. Fuck, right? Carling, very important. And communication.
You want a sort of a scary story?
Yeah? Okay.
Had a guy decided it wasn't for him, which is probably good. I get 30 cars, and a split second later, I get that'll do. So I literally hear 30 cars, that'll do.
Feet up.
And I said, come again? And again. Did he say plug it, soak it? Oh. He said, no, that'll do. So when all the dust settled, I said, hey, maybe you need to communicate the urgency of the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, Harold's got a good, because it reminded me once. I was working with this old guy from the Orkney Islands, old Scottish guy, old, Huey Cooper, good guy. Anyways, we had a younger conductor. You know what I was saying? Some guys aren't. Anyways, we're going to get in. But so we're up there, and Huey and I, and we're doing about 40. We come around a curve, and there's like 3 big trees hanging down that came down with a bit of a slide. And all of a sudden, I'm checking my train because we're on a curve. So I got the window open, and I hear this bang, and all of a sudden there's glass and dust and everything in the air. And I look over, and there's 2 trees through the windshield, the center window and the hog ends window, with the branches stuck in up against the control cabinet, the radios, the things dangling. And I look over because I got glass in my eyes. We're still moving, right? And all I can hear is this voice, don't soak it. And I'm like, what? Don't soak it. And then this little head pops up with his hair, and the blood running down here, right? And we got the wind and everything, and it's raining. See? And he grabs the handset and he goes, hello, Dylan! Get out of the cupola! Jump out of the cupola now! Cupola in the caboose, if nobody knows, is the little thing up, right? You like the voice, get out! We got the wind. And all of a sudden we hear this, what? Get out of the cupola, man! Now, because the caboose is coming up, right? Like you don't want the tree, you're telling buddy, jump out of the cupola. And you'd think when somebody in the hog is fucking screaming, fucking, you would. What was that? And then he says, it's too late. You're probably already dead or something like that. And then he turned and looked at me and says, can you believe that guy? Anyways, and we didn't back up. You know what? We kept going. I ended up boiling some water and pouring it in his eye because he had some glass in his eye, but we kept going.
Hey, hardcore.
Yeah, clear to Quinetza.
You're a real railroader if you know what soak it means.
That's right, the big hole. And here's another thing. Apparently now, and here's one. As a locomotive engineer, if you ever feel, remember you control it, doesn't control you kind of thing? If you ever feel you plug her, err on the side of caution. In all cases of doubt and uncertainty, the safe course must be taken. Well, that's a thing. But apparently now I hear, you'll be called up if you do that. Well, here's the thing, and that's because too many boneheads out there running around not being responsible, right? And that's where that comes from. So, anyways, best thing to do, just do what you're told. Follow the men. And everything's fine until something happens. That's how it works, right? Until someone loses an eye. Anyways, that's what I mean. Communicate. Anything else?
No.
Teddy?
Teddy, how's Teddy doing?
Teddy's okay. Teddy's face down so he doesn't choke on his vomit. Okay, thanks everybody. Be safe.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. You give me the hook. Okay. Children of the Seal.